This is the 2026 Range Rover Velar Dynamic SE, and it is a highly desirable compact luxury SUV. Hey everybody, it's Tom from Vehicle Visionary. I hope you're having a great day. We're at Land Rover of Shreveport today. If you want to know more about this Velar, check out the link down in the description of the video. The exterior color is Santorini black. It has a cloud and ebony interior, and it's going to be all-wheel drive. Now, normally the base wheel is going to be 20 inches, but in this case we're going to have the upgraded gloss black 22-inch wheels. Just gives it a better look. You're going to have a little bit of a low profile look with the sidewall here on the tires, and you can see that it's lowered down on the air suspension. Gives it a more sinister, aggressive look. The only downside to that is that it goes back up to stock ride height when you get to about 15 miles per hour. Here on the front end, we're going to find our full LED lighting. In fact, you're going to find your animated lighting with the LED daytime running lights, the LED turn signals, and if you're having trouble finding your Velar, you can hit a button on the remote and the headlights will come on. In fact, speaking of the remote, here is the remote. Lock, unlock, you're going to have the button for your lights right here. You can open and close your power tailgate, and you're going to have the panic button right there. Now, you might wonder about remote start. That's going to be in the app that you have on your phone, so it is going to be there. This model fits in between the base Range Rover Evoque and the Range Rover Sport, but it's going to have the same look on the front end as the Range Rover Sport does, with the Range Rover logo coming across the hood right here. It's nice in that gray finish because it stands out nicely against the Santorini black exterior color. Those colors are going to work their way down to the upper grille with our Land Rover logo right here. And then we'll also find our lower grille with the sensors all right here. As you can see, a lot of great safety features that are going to let you know what's going on around you and keep you nice and safe. We'll work our way around here. We're going to find our power folding side view mirrors that are going to have turn signal indicators built in. As you can see right there, they're heated, they're power folding. As you can see, power adjustable, also going to have blind spot monitoring built in. We'll also have the deployable door handles for aerodynamic purposes, and it just looks cool as well. Gives it a nice clean look, but they're going to be inset like this into the door when you're driving. When you hit the unlock button or you're ready to get out, they'll deploy back out just like that. Just one of those nice little touches that these Land Rovers have. Panoramic sunroof will be up top. It will tilt or slide open. As you can see, you're going to have the windscreen right here to help cut down on the wind noise if you're that person who likes to have your sunroof open when you're driving. And as we work our way here to the rear, once again, we're going to find LED lighting, nice and bright. You can see the LED tail lights turned on. Everything back here is LED. We'll let you see those one more time. And something that I like here is that you don't have the exposed rear window wiper. Nice clean look back here, but if you look right up in here, you're going to find, kind of hard to see, but it is here. The rear window wiper is here. There's actually also a rear washer back here, so if you need to clean that off, you can do that. We're going to find the rear roof spoiler and the shark fin antenna. Under the hood is the singular engine option available for the Velar. It's a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, and because we like to do something a little bit different here, we let you see what's underneath all that plastic right there. We're looking at 247 horsepower, 269 pounds-feet of torque, mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. 0 to 60 is about 6.5 seconds. Top speed is 135 miles per hour. Now we're going to come over here. I'm going to pull the window sticker out for you and give you the MPGs. You'll have to tell me what you think about this. So here's what we're looking at. 22 city, 26 highway, 23 combined, and 4.3 gallons of gas per every 100 miles driven. Something that you may want to know about that you often don't hear in these videos, the gas tank size. It comes in at 16.6 gallons. You don't have capless fuel fill. And on a full tank of gas, you might be able to pull off 365 miles in the city and about 435 miles out on the highway with that full tank of gas. Keep in mind, those are estimated numbers. You might find yourself with numbers that are higher than that. You might hit the number right on, might be a little bit below, and it might vary over the course of time depending on where and how you drive. If you want to tow with your Velar, you can tow up to 5,291 pounds. Now, we're going to open the power tailgate here and give you a look into this area back here. Your cargo space comes in at 30.5 up to 62.6 cubic feet, depending on how you arrange things. Now here's how you maximize your cargo space. We lower the rear seats down, and you can take this cargo cover out if you want to. This is right here. If you want to put that in like that, bring it out. It keeps people from being able to see what is actually back here, but that's your maximum cargo space. And you have a spare tire, something I know a lot of people like to know about. We're also going to find some hangers right here, bag hangers or whatever you want to put on there, as you can see right there. And the 12-volt power outlet is right here. If I can get that to come off of there, there you go. Let's talk about what your backseat passengers are going to find. Actually, a reasonable amount of headspace, kind of surprising. Now, this shade will come all the way back to here and expose all of the panoramic sunroof. That way you can get a little bit of a view of what it looks like in here. Now, as far as the door panel goes, we'll show you the door panel on the passenger side over there. A nice amount of room with the armrest. I do wish that front section right there was not angled up like it is. If it was flat, I think it would work a little bit better, but that's my personal opinion on the matter. As you can see, my hand does kind of stick up like that, but probably not that big of a deal for most people. And the door bin is fairly large. Now, a couple of things to talk about here with this center section of the seat back here. First of all, you're going to have your fold-down armrest with the cup holders built in. But in the event that you need a pass-through, there is a button right up here that allows you to fold the center seat down independent of the outboard seats. If something needs to stick through here, but you still need to use this area for your rear seat passengers. And we'll also find our rear air conditioning vents. Everybody likes to have that for their passengers. We have a couple of USB ports, and there's going to be another 12-volt power outlet right here. And the sticker price, $73,497. Let's see on the passenger side what else you get for that price. Going to have something that every vehicle has, but it's here, so I'm going to tell you about it. The glove box, and then we've got the nice contrast with our colors with the cloud and the ebony interior colors. We're going to have a nice large armrest over there on the passenger side, and then the large door bin. I do like that that one is a little bit bigger. Even though you have that angled area at the front, it's not the same way it is in the back. So I think that works. Now we're going to grab the camera and move over here to the passenger side, as we're going to have all of our controls for seat memory, lock and unlock, your power mirrors right here, your power windows, and you can lock and unlock the mirrors, or excuse me, the windows right there. Everything for cruise control, adaptive cruise control is right here. We're going to have the button right there you can hit when the engine is running for your heated steering wheel. And then we have our shifter paddles for the 8-speed automatic transmission right here. We're also going to have everything over here to go through quite a few different features with the driver's display, as you can see. So here's what we're going to have, just to go through a few different things. Display layout. You do have a head-up display here. Obviously, by seeing the HUD settings right there, that tells you what we have where that is concerned. And you just use the arrows right here to go through a few different things depending on what you want to see or what you want to know about. Makes it pretty simple. And with the upper console, we'll go ahead and show you what's going on up here. Not a whole lot to talk about, but we're going to have everything for our power shade right here. And then you can open and close the sunroof here. You'll have your auto dimming rear view mirror. And the Pivi Pro center screen, something that I really like. You're going to be able to wirelessly pair your smartphone. You have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. A few different ways you can turn the auto stop start off if you want to, or if you want to turn that back on, depending on your personal preferences. And here are our driving modes. We're going to have dynamic, comfort, eco, grass, gravel and snow, sand, and in mud and ruts. And we can come back here and hit the button right there, or hit the section of the screen. It's not really a button, is it? But then you can go in and have your settings right here depending on what you need to get to. You also have the changes you can make to your air ride suspension. I'd have to have the ignition turned on. We're not going to do that here in the showroom, but I could turn that on, and then you can go and change everything right here. Now, it's going to go to normal when you start driving. Just so you know, at 15 miles per hour, that's going to be the situation with that. Now you have a nice clean look here because all of your air conditioning controls are here on the screen. Just something to know about. Now you do have power adjustable seats for the driver and the passenger. Lumbar support is on the seats themselves, so you don't have to come into the screen to do that the way you do on some other Land Rover models, in case you were curious about that. We're going to have everything for our navigation. As you can see, you can deal with connecting your phone right there, everything for media. And then we can come right here and go to our different icons. So depending on what you need to see and find, it's all going to be here. There's Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, as I mentioned earlier. Quite a few different things you can go through as far as the screen goes. And you're even going to have your vehicle dimensions. So somebody comes along and asks for your vehicle dimensions, this is where you find them. Don't know how often that ever really happens, but if you need it, there it is. And just to show you a few more things that are here, we're not going to go through everything, but just so you know, you have your wade sensing, going to be right here. That's going to allow you to know how deep of water you can drive through. It tells you right here. And then a lot of other things. We can go and change our ride height. We have our modes right here, everything as far as that goes. And then your 4x4 information. So you can see the degrees as far as where you're driving and what you're driving on. You can also see what's going on with four-wheel drive. Even though the ignition isn't running right now, I can't show you, but your front wheels will turn and you can see where they are as far as that goes. And we'll go back here and we're going to go over here to settings and show you a few little things right here. Now, if you want to change the theme, here's what happens. If you want the light or the dark theme, this is the light theme. Here's the dark theme. That does look a little bit better on the screen. And we're going to go to home screen just to show you what's here. You can edit the layout if you want to, make some changes here. Now, if you want to adjust how things sound with your stereo, you're going to be able to do that right here. You've got treble, bass, subwoofer, all of that is going to be here, and all is right there. You can see all of the different options that you have. And one more thing I want to show you with the screen is all of the different camera views. There are a bunch, so you're going to have the ability to look from several different angles and several different places depending on what you want to do. You've got the rear view and the front view. Also got our side views, so you can see a little bit of everything. Very easy to deal with. Now let's open this area underneath the screen. Kind of hard to see down there, but you're going to have your wireless charging pad. If you want to take advantage of that, you can conceal that away. Here's the shifter, fits nicely in the palm of your hand. The P, go back into park right there, and then we're also going to have our cup holders and two different lids essentially for the center console and a reasonable amount of space within that area. And there it is, the 2026 Range Rover Velar Dynamic SE, a highly desirable luxury compact SUV. Tell me what you think down in the comments section. I'm always curious to receive your feedback. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit the like button. We really appreciate that. We appreciate all of you for being kind enough to take the time to watch. If you would, share this video on your timelines on social media, and make sure you subscribe to the Vehicle Visionary YouTube channel. If you'd like to learn about additional vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the videos that are on the screen right here, and we'll see you there.